So here's the deal. GNOME 3.34 is releasing this Wednesday, but it is more like a gnome-shell release, because all the work is towards shell, and unless I'm missing something, we won't see major changes in anything else. And while shell has huge work, yet there is nothing much new on the user interface side of things. All changes are performance and code improvements, plus some cool things in Wayland, and I may upload a video with all those later, but for now, I will only demo the single UI change, which is obviously the folder management on Shell Applications grid. So, let's get this mouse in sophisticated motion. Just in case you missed my previous videos, we also have a new shell theme. Overview is now darker for better contrast with search. There are some darker gray on panels. Various elements have bigger rounded corners. Pop-ups have new colors, and a few more things. Small changes really, but they make shell looking much better. However, overall shell graphics remain extremely poor and way behind the competition, and I hope at some point to improve those with more effects and better animations. Anyway, let's open Applications Grid that all the action takes place. And I will start with the patches that didn't make it on this release. First is the multiple lines labels patches, that it was pretty good but it wasn't included, so the applications names remain hidden, even some from the official GNOME apps. Then, there were some patches for shell reading the system typography, but those weren't included either, so shell still has a hard-coded fonts on theme. And finally, the rearrange of icons didn't make it either, and I'm so devastated for that, because I can't do my GNOME Feat Volume 3, if you watch these series anyway. So, icons rearrange feature will go for 3.36 release, and will come together with a redesign of the whole shell overview. There are some mockups already but it is kinda pointless to show them, because the final thing I bet will be completely different. And from the what's not new, let's go to what's actually new. So, we can now drag and drop an application over another to create app folders. But because there isn't rearrange but only alphabetical sort, the folder may get lost to another page. Note that this folder was auto-renamed to Programming, because both apps belong to a common category. Now, if we right-click on a folder we can rename it. Note that renaming app folders has gotten a feature freeze exception, and may be included on 3.34.1 release. I'm just using the pull request, so I have it already. It currently isn't really working properly, because if we try to rename it, it will send us to last page. Let me delete this folder by removing the apps, and obviously we can add more apps with drag and drop. Next I'm going to create another app folder, but with apps from a different category this time. In this case the folder will get renamed to unnamed folder, and because it is on the last page, this time I can at least rename it. And now the folder will get vanished on second page. Since we don't have icons rearrangement, at least I hope we get an auto scroll on the page that folder was moved, because the current behavior is pretty awful and terrible at the same time.
I've been walking the line, had to change with the tide, 'cause the moon it reflects a part of me. Like a fire I'll burn if I'm close to the sun, so I'm down on